Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to make sure you don't fail in 2026 when it comes to your money resolutions. So, if you're first time seeing me, my name is Alex. I'm a financial planner and I help people just like you build wealth, increase your income, reduce your taxes, create a financial plan so you can live the life that you truly want. And that is my goal, and that's exactly what I want to talk about today. So, uh, I don't know if you guys are familiar. Maybe you've heard the term Quitter's Day. Quitter's Day. What is that? When most people set their financial goals, a lot of people wind up quitting. Basically, they quit, and so apparently by I think it's January. What's the date? Uh, let's see. The second Friday in January is actually dubbed Quitter's Day. And so, what I want to do today is I want to share with you, I want to talk about, first of all, what are the top four money resolutions that people have for 2026. And I want to share with you how to make sure you don't fall victim to Quitter's Day. All right. So that's what we want to talk about. So again, if this is your first time joining me, this is the first time seeing me, my name is Alex. I'm a financial planner, and I help people just like you build wealth so you can live the life that you truly want. So as you come on in, guys, please like, share, all that good stuff, so this information can get out to more people. So I would greatly appreciate that. So, so let's get started. So first of all, when it comes to your money, it is imperative that you have goals. It is imperative that you have vision. It's imperative that you have something that you want to create, something that you want to accomplish when it comes to your money. If you don't have goals or if you don't have targets, it is very unlikely that you will be successful in reaching whatever goals you like to achieve. So setting SMART goals, and you hear it all the time, SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time oriented. And so you want to make sure that you set goals that are basically SMART goals, right? And you want to set what I call meaningful goals. Because the worst thing that can happen is for you to set goals based on what you think society says you should have, based on what your family members might tell you or your friends are doing. That's the absolute wrong way to set your goals. You want to make sure that you understand, you're very clear about what are your values, what's really important to you, what really gives your life and gives your life meaning. That's what's absolutely important for you to identify and to understand. And when you understand and when you know what is really, really important to you and what your values are, when you understand that, you are much more likely to create goals that align with the things, the values, the principles that are most important to you. So absolutely important to you. Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm adding back my stream. Okay. All right. So, so I want to go through and share what I would say. First of all, I want to be able to identify what are the four top money resolutions. So let's talk about what those are first. So let's see. So for 2026, the first, and I'm actually, you if you were on Facebook or YouTube, you would be able to see I have some things on my screen here, or if you were on Instagram for that matter. So first of all, the number one resolution when it comes to your money is to save more money. To save more money. So that is the number one resolution. And it makes sense. It makes sense. You cannot build wealth if you're not saving money. You have to have something to work with. You have to have something to invest. You have to have something that you can use so you can build wealth with it. And if you are spending all of your money, then obviously you won't have anything to build wealth with. Okay? So when it comes to building wealth, the first thing you have to do is you have to save more money. And again, I'm going to be sharing with you the number one best way to achieve these four money resolutions. Okay, so you definitely want to stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this happen. All right, so save more money. Now, hopefully, when it comes to this resolution, they are very specific. You have to be very specific and very clear what save more looks like, what save more means. You have to be clear about that. And if you're not, then what you have is you have some very loose ideas. You have some very loose, wants. When you become specific about how much and by when you want to save, now you're starting to put together a goal. So, what do they say? You've heard the saying, a dream with a date becomes a goal. Without a date, without being specific, all you have is just wishes and dreams. Okay? So, the first resolution, the number one resolution, is save more money. All right? So, that's the first one. The second resolution is to spend less. Spend less and or reduce expenses. Now, I find that this one is a little disingenuous. Okay? The second money resolution is to spend less or to reduce your expenses. And that's something that's very difficult to do. It's something that goes against our it goes against what our desires are. Okay? And in order for you to be able to spend less and reduce your expenses long term, it's going to require something new and something different. Okay? It's going to require something more than just the idea of spending less or reducing expenses. And I'm going to share with you some ways that you can do that. Okay? So what else we got? What's the third resolution? The third resolution is to improve your credit scores. Now, improving your credit scores obviously is always a good idea. You want to make sure that you have the highest possible credit score because why? That gives you the ability to access more capital. And you're able to access more capital with less interest because you are seen as a less risky person. So the higher your credit score, the better risk you appear to be to lenders. And so improving your credit score is always something that's really a really good idea. Now, is this something that that's always needed? If you're not in the market for um, for needing credit, right? Having a high credit score is a good thing, but guess what? If you're not in the market, it's no big deal. Okay, it's only when you need to access capital that you really want your credit scores to be high. Again, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. I'm saying that it only really matters when you are actually in a position when you need to or want to access capital. That's when it becomes important. Okay. And then finally, the fourth resolution that so many people have for 2026 is paying off debt. Paying off debt. Now, the great thing about paying off debt, again, it's always a good idea. Now, you have some people who are a part of like the Gordon Ramsay crew, right? Who would tell you that you should be absolutely debt free, right? Should tell you, they'll tell you that you shouldn't use debt. And I'm gonna call that cap. I'm gonna say that's cap because um, it is very likely, and I understand why when when he tells the story. Dave Ramsey tells the story of early on when he was in his career, how he wound up going bankrupt because he was overextended with real estate. So I could understand how at some point he would say, "Hey, you know what? I don't. You just want to be able to live if you can. You want to be able to make sure that you don't have any debt." Right? And I can understand that, especially when you've just kind of been bitten a little bit. But if you are trying to live completely debt free, in all likelihood, you are missing opportunities to build real wealth. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because anytime you really want if you want to be able to purchase a home, what are you going to do? You're going to wait till you save up enough money to buy the house cash? That is kind of crazy, right? Or if you want to purchase or start a business, you want to start or purchase a business. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait until you have enough money saved in order to buy that business? Not very likely. So what I'm saying is the smart use of debt is what you really want to have. Debt in and of itself is not a bad thing. Debt is only a bad thing when it's used in a very uh, when it's used in a way that doesn't produce income for you or it doesn't build your net worth. That becomes a bad investment or a bad use of debt. Good debt is when you're utilizing debt in a way that allows you to build or purchase income producing assets or allows you to buy assets or acquire assets that builds your net worth. And those are two different things. Okay. You can have an asset, for instance, you can have an asset uh, if you bought a second home and you got it at a really good price, a really low price, right? In that instance, if you bought the home and you use it as a second home, it doesn't produce income for you. But because you bought it at a low price and it has a higher market value, the difference between the two builds your net worth. Doesn't necessarily build your income unless you decide to do what? Rent it out. Now it becomes an income producing asset and is also an asset where you have equity built into the property and that builds your net worth as well. So those two things often go together, but they are not the same. So I wanted to make sure that you understand that. So if we recap, again, the top 4 money resolutions. Number 1 is to save more money. Number 2 is to spend less or reduce your expenses. Number 3 is to improve their credit scores. And then number 4, pay off debt. So the next question becomes this: what is the secret to accomplishing your 2026 money goals? What is the secret to saving more money, to spending less or reducing your expenses, improving your credit scores, paying off debt? What is the secret? Here's what I want to share with you. Oh man, I put it in there. Yeah. Let me share this with you. Here is the secret, guys. Here's the secret. The secret is you need a financial blueprint. You need a financial plan. When you have an effective, proven financial plan, it gives you the opportunity, it gives you the ability, it walks you through the process of being able to set up smart financial goals for you to be able to figure out where you want to be, what goals you're trying to accomplish, where you are now, and what's going to be the best, most effective way for you to go from where you are to where you want to be. That's what a financial plan does, and that's why a financial plan is so important. In order for you to have an effective financial plan, to help you meet your money resolutions, your financial resolutions to reach your money goals, you must have a financial plan. Without a financial plan, the likelihood of you being successful goes down dramatically. When you have just an idea, like I said before, is good. You know what? There's probably a 10 or 15% chance that you'll be successful. When you write down your goals, right, it increases to about 30 or 40%. But then once you are very clear about what your goal is, once you begin to write it down, and once you start to acclimate your mind and you start speaking what it is that you're planning to accomplish and you're looking to achieve, that's when it becomes more powerful. And that's where you start to get in the realm or the range of 70 or 80% more successful, right? There was a study done apparently back in 60s or 70s or whatever. There was a study supposedly done that said people who wrote down their goals are 90% likely to reach their goals. And that's the reason why it's so important. So if you want to be able to, those top 4 money goals again: save more money, spend less or reduce expenses, improving their credit, and then the fourth one was I can't remember what the fourth one was, but in order for you to do those things, you want to have a financial plan, and that's what I have for you right here, guys. What I have is an opportunity for you to get a proven financial independence blueprint, a 30-day financial blueprint. This is your solid blueprint and strength and plan to stop struggling with money, for you to be able to build real financial freedom in just 30 days, guys. That's what's so important about this. So, what's included with this financial independence 30-day blueprint? You're going to get immediate access to over 10 hours of video training. Okay? Video training. And like I said, I have 30 days 30 videos that go over each and every topic you need in order for you to be able to have financial success. You'll be able to increase your income with multiple streams of income, both passive and semi passive. You'll be able to legally reduce or eliminate your taxes altogether, legally. And so, what does that does? When you're able to reduce or eliminate your taxes, it gives you the ability to do what? Save more money. It gives you the opportunity to do what? Reduce your expenses. That's the reason why when you have a tax plan and a tax strategy in place, you're able to cut your taxes, expenses going out the door. That increases your ability to save more money. If you need to pay off debt, guess what? That gives you the ability to have more money to pay off debt with. So reducing or eliminating your taxes must be a part of any successful financial plan. You'll be able to save more money without cutting out everything that you enjoy. You'll be able to get out of debt faster without having to get 2 or 3 different side hustles. You'll be able to start investing without losing a dime, even if you were behind or if you're on a tight budget. And of course, you'll be able to increase your credit score and use it to build generational wealth. So, guys, on the screen here, you see, go to this link that you see on the screen, screenshot this, and then once you get off this live stream, go to this page, click, get the 30-day, the Financial Independence 30-day blueprint. Let me tell you guys, it will do wonders for you. What people have been able to do when they were able to get this solid financial blueprint. Okay. So let me see if I can add. Let me see if I can add the link. Copy. See if I can add it. Yeah. So here's the link on the screen. If you're seeing it on the screen, you can go to payhip.com/B/whatever's up on the screen right there. Okay, guys. And so what people have been able to do with this 30-day blueprint is phenomenal. I have a young lady here who is 32. She doesn't have any kids, but she was spending 27% of her income just in taxes. 27% of her money was just going to taxes. That was almost 30%, guys. Can you imagine that? And so when she got the 30-day financial independence blueprint, she started using the strategies inside the blueprint. And so she was able to find money that allowed her to reduce her reduce her adjusted gross income by $15,000, right? So in that instance, she was actually able to save herself an additional $5,000 or $6,000 for the year in taxes. That additional $500 a month gave her the opportunity to start saving more in her 401k. She was able to start paying down some debt even faster. And so that's what having a solid financial plan allows you to do, guys. I have another couple here over in Dallas, Texas. They have 2 kids, right? Because they got the financial independence blueprint, they were smart enough to get the plan, and it gave them the opportunity to start seeing how they could help their kids learn more about business and how they can actually leverage their children and how they're able to start a home-based business. They're able to hire their children in the business, and they were able to write off the salary that they paid their children. These were expenses that they were already going to pay anyway. And so they just figured out a way to say, hey, how do I how do I start a business? And then how do I hire my children in the business? So then that way, when I start paying money to them, that money can now be used in a way that's deductible from a tax perspective. It's deductible for me, and it's not something that they have to pay taxes on because they are a minor working inside the business. Strategies like this are powerful, guys. They are powerful. And this winds up saving people so much money, right? So this couple was actually paying how much? This couple, I have to do some quick math on this, but this couple was paying about $1,700 a month in taxes. And so they were able to get rid of that, right? They were able to cut that in half because they were utilizing a good, solid financial plan. And there are so many other ways to do that. That that's what a financial plan does. A financial plan looks at your income sources. It helps you to identify how do you begin to write off taxes? How do you set up a financial system that allows you to pay yourself first and do it automatically? So you don't have to worry about trying to rely on willpower and discipline in order to save money. And that's the reason why it's so important. And that's the reason why so many people fail because they don't have the discipline, they don't have the willpower. So, what I want to encourage you to do, guys, I want to encourage you to make sure that you go, all right, and that you you go to on the screen and I want you to go to the link and I want you to find the product, purchase the product because it's going to bless you and it's going to show you exactly how to save money, how to save money on your taxes, how to reduce your expenses, how to pay yourself first. It's even going to show you how to make sure that you are increasing your credit scores, and it's going to show you how to pay down your debt. So all four of the top money goals, the top money resolutions are inside the 30-day financial independence, 30-day blueprint, financial independence blueprint. And you want to make sure that you get it. All right. So there you have it, guys. If you haven't done so already, please like and share this video. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, follow, and subscribe, and there you have it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I love to answer questions. I love to address any money questions, concerns that you may have, and that helps me to know what you guys want to hear more about and you want to learn more about. All right, and that's what this is all about, making sure I provide you information that's going to help you reach your financial goals. All right. So take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.